I told an AI to write a story for me, and what it gave me back was absolute garbage. I'm talking cliché characters, a plot that made zero sense, and prose so bland it could put a triple espresso to sleep. It was terrible, and honestly, it was the best thing that could have possibly happened. Stick with me, because what I learned from that spectacular failure completely changed how I think about writing, creativity, and what it means to be an author in this new age. And it led to my single biggest creative breakthrough in over a decade. Look, if you're a writer, an aspiring author, or even just someone with a story rattling around in your head, you know the feeling. The enemy. The blinking cursor on a blank white page. It just sits there, taunting you. Blink, blink, blink. Tiny rhythmic reminder of your own inadequacy. I know that feeling intimately. For me, it was chapter 12 of a sci-fi novel I was pouring my soul into. I had my characters, I had my world, I had the explosive beginning and the epic ending all planned out. But I was stuck in the middle, the dreaded, muddy middle. For 3 weeks, I would sit down at my desk, open the document, and stare at the last sentence I wrote. Kalen gripped the datacron, the cold metal a stark contrast to his rising panic. Great. Now what? I tried everything. Outlining on whiteboards, going for long walks to find the muse, drinking frankly irresponsible amounts of coffee. Nothing. The well was dry. My characters were giving me the silent treatment. It's a uniquely painful kind of frustration, isn't it? Having this incredible world alive in your mind, but being completely unable to build the bridge to get it onto the page. You start to doubt everything. Is the idea even good? Am I a hack? Should I just give up and go learn how to bake sourdough like everyone else on the internet? So when the buzz about AI writing tools started getting louder, I was a mix of two things: deeply skeptical and quietly, desperately hopeful. Could this be it? The magic button? The end of writer's block forever? I jumped in, found a tool, and with trembling, hopeful fingers, I typed in a prompt. Something like, write the next chapter where Kalen discovers a conspiracy. And that's when it gave me the garbage. Kalen met a new character named Agent Smith. Seriously, he delivered a monologue of pure exposition that sounded like a Wikipedia article. And the conspiracy was that the evil corporation was evading taxes. My epic sci-fi saga had been turned into a boring day at the galactic IRS. My heart sank. The skepticism won. I thought, see? It's a gimmick. It's a soulless machine. It can't create, it can only mimic, and poorly at that. I almost closed the laptop and walked away forever. But then, a different thought popped into my head. A question. What if the machine wasn't the problem? What if I was? I was using it all wrong. I was acting like a frustrated backseat driver, yelling, "Just drive," at the machine. I was asking it to be the author, and that's not its job. The real magic, the breakthrough moment, happened when I stopped asking it to be the author and started treating it like my creative co-pilot. Think about it this way. A master chef doesn't just walk into a kitchen and say, "Kitchen, make me a Michelin star meal." That's absurd. A master chef uses the tools, the razor-sharp knife to chop faster than humanly possible, the sous vide machine to cook a protein to the perfect temperature, every single time. The tools don't replace the chef's creativity. They unleash it. They handle the grunt work so the chef can focus on the vision, the flavor pairings, the artistry. That's what AI is for a writer. It's not the chef. It's the most advanced creative kitchen ever built. And this is where we have to do some myth busting. Because I see these two fears holding so many writers back. The first is the big one. The myth that AI writing is soulless and generic. And yes, it is, if your prompts are soulless and generic. Write a chapter is a bad prompt. It's lazy. It's asking the AI to be the chef. But what if instead, I prompted it like this? I have a sci-fi character named Talon, who just found a mysterious datacron. He's cynical and ex-military. I need to get him from his apartment to a seedy underground data broker. Brainstorm 10 different ways he could find the location of this broker. Make 3 of them clever and high-tech, 3 of them gritty, old-school detective work, and 4 of them completely unexpected, involving a holographic street performer or a cryptic message hidden in a noodle shop's menu. Do you feel the difference? Suddenly, I'm not getting garbage. I'm getting a flood of ideas, a menu of possibilities. I might get 9 bad ideas, but one of them might be pure gold, an idea I never would have thought of on my own. The AI isn't giving me the finished prose, it's giving me the clay. I'm still the sculptor. My soul, my voice, is what shapes it into a story. Which leads to the second big myth, that AI will replace writers. That's like saying calculators replaced mathematicians. No, calculators gave mathematicians a tool to stop wasting time on long division and start exploring theoretical physics and chaos theory. They tackled bigger, more interesting problems. AI doesn't replace your unique voice or your storytelling instincts. It amplifies them. It removes the friction. It takes care of the tedious research. The endless brainstorming, the first draft jitters. It lets you, the author, operate at the level of pure story. So I went back to chapter 12. Instead of asking the AI to write it for me, I started a conversation. Okay, AI, Kalen has the Datacron. The bad guys know he has it. What are 3 locations in this cyberpunk city he could go to where he'd feel safe? And what's the fatal flaw in each of those locations? Instantly, it gave me options. An old, decommissioned subway station, a digital ghost cafe where patrons use avatars, a high-security luxury hotel under a fake identity. And it gave me the flaws for each. The station has squatter gangs. The cafe's network can be hacked. The hotel's biometric scanners could be a trap. I was no longer staring at a blank page. I was looking at a strategic map full of possibilities. I, the author, got to make the choice. I had the AI generate descriptions of the flickering neon signs in the market he had to sneak through. I had it brainstorm 5 different personality types for the data broker he was going to meet. I asked it to write a single line of dialogue from the perspective of a paranoid informant, 10 different ways. I was playing. I was experimenting. I was taking risks I never would have before, because the cost of trying an idea and having it fail was 0. It took seconds. I wrote chapter 12 in an hour, and it was the best chapter in the entire book. That's the real limit of AI and storytelling. It isn't the machine's creativity. The limit is the quality of the questions we ask it. It's a mirror for our own imagination. The better we get at collaborating with it, the more boundless our own creativity becomes. I finished that novel in 2 months, a book that had been languishing for over a year. And then I wrote another and another. I'm no longer afraid of the blinking cursor. I'm no longer a slave to the whims of the muse. I'm writing more than ever. And more importantly, I'm having more fun writing than I've had since I was a kid, making up stories with my action figures. The frustration is gone. It's been replaced by a sense of infinite possibility. This journey wasn't a straight line. It took hundreds of hours of trial and error, a ton of failed experiments, and a complete rewiring of how I approach the craft of writing. It can be a lonely and confusing process to figure out on your own. And I really believe that no author should have to go through that alone. If you want to see how I'm actually using AI to write full books and connect with other authors doing the same thing, check out my Skool group. It's free to join. You'll also get access to the tool I personally use, Instaauthor.com. Links are in the description. See you inside.